Hey, hi, yeah, I disappeared for about a month. Hello world, welcome back to another video. My name is Iris or Iris and my channel is called The Sheep and the Wolf. I realized that I almost never introduce myself like this, but obviously any video of mine that you watch could be the very first video you're watching, so maybe I should introduce myself every once in a while. Hi, hello, my name is Iris. I am Dutch. I work in an English language bookshop in the Netherlands and I talk about books a lot. Welcome to my channel. As has become customary, bit of a ritual on this channel, my first video is always my epic wrap-up and resolutions bonanza. This is the third year I'm making this video. This year I'm doing the actual December wrap-up, which is usually the first part of this video, in a separate video because I read 14 books in December and in the interest of time I thought it might be smart to not include my thoughts on all of them in this video as well. What I am going to do is talk about my reading year in general. I want to look back on the resolutions that I made at the beginning of 2017, and I also want to make some new resolutions for the upcoming year. You may remember that I did a mid-year update video in July as well to see how I was getting on, so I will take what I said in that video into account as well. The first thing I put on the list, and that's actually an older one, is to host a readathon. It's something I first talked about quite a few years ago at this point, and I've been carrying it over to new resolutions lists, but this year it finally happened. Together with 3 other Dutch booktubers, I hosted the Readathon of Kings in April. I really enjoyed the experience of hosting, and I would actually love to do maybe something small like that again by myself at some point in the future. This is not a resolution for this year, it's just something that's been going through my mind. Second, I talked about creating a tag, and I came back to this in my mid-year video because even though we'd created a tag that went with the readathon, I felt like it didn't really count. I didn't fully come up with it myself, and also it felt like more of a side activity of the readathon and not necessarily something in its own right. However, in September I uploaded an original tag video called the 19 Years Later tag because September 1st, 2017 is the day from the epilogue in Harry Potter when they all gather at King's Cross, and you know the scene. I'll link it down below in case people are interested and still want to do the tag because I would highly encourage that. I also talked about wanting to do more vlogging in public specifically, and I didn't really do that, and I don't really mind. Maybe it's just not for me to become a very confident public vlogger. I think that's just not my style. I really enjoy the vlogs that I make with my band where it's, the 5 of us and we're just kind of messing around, and that feels more natural to me. I'll link my band's channel down below in case you want to check out the style of vlogs that I'm talking about. Also, if you've been watching my Vlogtober videos, you'll know that I dropped my vlogging camera into my sink, which was filled with dishwater at the time, and it's been broken ever since. I took it to a camera shop, but the guy said that unless I was willing to spend a few €100, it was pretty much beyond repair. And the thing is, a few €100 would buy me a completely new camera, so is it really worth it? In any case, it's a moot point because I don't have a few €100 just lying around somewhere, so I guess vlogging is off the table for the foreseeable future anyway. Then I obviously resolved to do the ABC reading bingo as well as my Goodreads goal for 2017, but I'm going to make a separate video about that because I feel like I have more to say about those things than I want to cram into this video. I'll also do a separate video on the 100 New Things project that I low-key participated in 2017 because I announced that in a separate video as well, so I like when things come full circle. Another one of my resolutions was to do Vlogmas, which I ended up actually adapting into Vlogtober because I realized that December is a crazy busy time, not just for me, but for everyone. And I also thought it would be a nice continuation of the Letters to October project that I've been doing for a few years. It was really intense and it really took it out of me, and it also played a big part in why my channel hasn't really been that active since. I fully blame myself for that because if I'd spent a bit more time before October actually started on planning out the videos and maybe pre-filming some things, I'm pretty sure it would have been fine. I haven't decided if I want to do Vlogtober again this year. I do like the symmetry of doing 2 years of Letters to October and then 2 years of Vlogtober, but I feel right now I would probably mostly be doing it as a rematch, and I don't think that's the right kind of motivation. So let's talk about my resolutions for the upcoming year. First of all, captions. I've been dabbling with it a little bit, but captioning my own videos takes a very long time because I tend to make quite long videos and they're not really scripted, so it's not like I can just copy the script into the caption thing. I have to actually type out everything I said in the video. It's also kind of awkward because it forces me to re-watch my own videos, which is not something I do for enjoyment. But I have come to the realization that captions are really important, accessibility is really important, and it's definitely something that I want to spend a bit more time on in 2018. In terms of concrete goals, I want to caption every video that I upload in this upcoming year, and I also want to work on my backlist of videos and caption as many of those as I can. Another resolution I have is working towards minimizing my want to read list on Goodreads. I've already talked about how I'm going through the list and deleting books that I no longer have an interest in reading, and that almost cut my list in half. But I also, instead of just deleting books from the list, I obviously also want to read books from there instead of just, picking up whatever new release takes my fancy at work. I mean, I don't necessarily want to ban new releases from my reading, and I don't want to stop discovering books that way because it's also a lot of fun, but I just want to spend some time making sure that I don't have an ever-growing list of books that I don't ever look at again. Continuing on from that one, I also want to be a bit harsher when it comes to DNFing books, so not finishing a book that you've already started. DNFing is not something that comes naturally to me. Once I start a book, I really want to finish it. I want to complete it, even though it's not something that I'm really enjoying all that much. More and more, I'm starting to realize that the amount of books I'll be able to read in my lifetime, even if I live to be 120 and I do nothing but eat, sleep, and read, is a finite number. There's only so many books I can read, so time is precious, and I want to make sure that I spend it reading books that I actually enjoy. Finally, I acquired a lot of new books this year, for me anyway, and I'm still planning to get a few more, but I'm running out of room on my shelves. So another resolution is to take a very critical look at the books I have and see if there's anything that I want to get rid of. I'm trying to focus on the sort of reread potential of books that I have. Is this something that I want to read again in the future, or is it something that was just fine for once, but not necessarily something that I want to hold on to? Okay, so those were the resolutions. Now I want to briefly talk about the owl contest. As you may know, if you watch my videos regularly, there's always a moment in every one of my videos where this little owl called Sprite makes an appearance, and the first person to leave a comment with the timestamp of Sprite's appearance receives an owl point. I've been doing this for quite some time now, and earlier this year I announced that whoever was in the lead in the owl contest at the end of the year would receive Goblin, this little spriteling that was made by Jana, who also made Sprite, based on my channel art by Ave. So anyway, the winner of the owl contest so far is Herman, who has 27 points, which is a little bit ridiculous. I want to thank everyone who participated in this. I really didn't think when I started this that it was going to be such a big thing, but there's a lot of people on the scoreboard and I really love that, so thank you. It's not over. I'm going to reset the scoreboard and I'll continue to have little Sprite moments in my video, so definitely keep an eye out for those. You can also click the little bell icon next to the subscribe button down below. I think it's down there, but it might be down there. I don't know. It's somewhere below here. There's a little bell icon. And if you click that, you will get a notification whenever I upload a new video, so you can make sure that you're the first one there and the first one to have a go at the owl point. Finally, I do this every year at the end of this video, but I do also have a Patreon page. I think most people know what Patreon is by now, but just in case you don't, it's sort of like an online tip jar where you can donate to a creator in exchange for certain perks. I'll obviously leave a link to my Patreon page down below so you can check out all the relevant information there. But if you want to help me acquire some new equipment, maybe get a replacement for my vlogging camera or get some lighting gear set up so that I don't have to film in darkness. I hope this is okay. I really try to optimize the settings on my camera, but it's only like 4 p.m. and it's so dark outside, it's ridiculous. Anyway, if you want to help contribute to that, it would mean a lot to me if you at least checked out my Patreon page. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I think I'll do another mid-year kind of progress video somewhere in June or maybe July, because I really enjoyed actually keeping track of my resolutions this year. So we'll talk some more about this in about 6 months. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again next time. Bye!